Now that I've got my beautiful French doors, here's the cottage, my new French doors. As you can see, my altar is quiet right now. I'm not doing any workings. I'm not feeding it. This evening, that will change. I'll give you a quick tour. Here's some of my herbs. Of course, my book that is coming out, Hoodoo in the Psalms. Moon Books is the publisher. You can pre-order it now. It will be available the end of September. Here are some of my other books. And of course, some of my different things in which we use in ritual, magical purposes, decorations. There's the beautiful French doors in which you can see the phenomenal view. And down there you can see our fire circle. We're located here in Southern California. I'm actually in a little canyon. And here's more of my books with my cool repurposed lampshade. And again, candles, incense, various items. This is actually really cool right here. This is actual birch bark paper. And we like to use this when we're doing workings where we burn it and give it to the wind. I really like that. And underneath it you can see I've got some corn husk, again, which are really useful for folk magic type workings. Collection of candles, paper towels, because I'm a messy witch. And here is my side window with my statue to Diana. And over here's the bench and to my door. And again, more books. You just can't have enough, all right? So there's a little bit of a tour. Oh, behind me are drums and gourds. I actually grew those. Those are birdhouse gourds. And we use them when we're doing music and just having a good time. And where I'm getting ready to step outside is to my deck. I can finally just sit out there and enjoy. And I'm so happy that I'm getting this opportunity to do it. All right, I'll meet you out on the deck. I wanted to open the doors and let you guys appreciate the view that I get. Right down there is our fire circle, and you can see my wildwood arch fence, and then my other arch over here. I had a 50-year-old juniper hedge that I repurposed into a pretty firewood fence. Sorry for the background noise. That's why we do have our privacy fence, but in the evenings you don't really hear it. Is this not a spectacular view? And I'm getting ready to sit down, and this is the book that I'm currently reading. I'm really excited. I've already read a couple of chapters. I'd read it about, 30 years ago. I just got to give you guys one more pretty little sweep of how blessed we are to have this site. I had every intention of sitting here and doing a little filming, but as soon as I got everything set up, hear the background, my neighbor decided that they needed to do some weed whacking. And so I stopped for a while, went inside, came back out, and now I've got a school nearby, so I have school traffic. So that little moment where I was hoping to sit here and even more. So what we're gonna do, let's see if I can up my camera. And as you can see right now, hear it? We're going to Listen to all the noise slowly go away. Here, finish up my quick discussion with you. Back to the Blackguards. This is actually its 50th anniversary edition that it's been redistributed. And it is what I call a scholarly read. And it is great knowledge for folks that have already a year or two. Go read the beginner stuff, I guess is what. But for some people, this is beginner. So I'm like, yes, no, yes, no. Really heavy subject matter, requires you to have a knowledge base of other occultists, to have at least a working knowledge of like Cornelius Agrippa. If you're like, who is Cornelius Agrippa, then probably you need to find that out first before you read this book. If you do know who Cornelius Agrippa is, definitely check this book out. This is one of our foundation books. It delves into the theory of magic, how ultimately we're all connected in the world, demonology, like astrology. It just touches all this metaphysical, occult subject matter and is a primary source for many folks in the community. Mr. Cavendish, Richard Cavendish, the author, he died in 2016. And from what my reading, my understanding is, and all that, I really don't think he understood what a great asset he was to the occult community. I hope by speaking his name now, and I hope others, you all join me in speaking Richard Cavendish's name. So in spiritual realms, he knows. Great piece of work. We respected it. You left us some good stuff, Richard. You did well your last lifetime, and I wish you well on your next lifetime. All right, so that was deep esoterical matters. A lot of times when we're first getting into witchcraft, first getting into hoodoo, magic, whatever, it seems like it's this most overwhelming world, and folks are like, what do I do? What do I do next? Start with some of your base books, and on my website, House of Witchcraft, and also in the Secret Grimoire, the Witches Cottage. And I have a video on what books to read. I list off what I consider to be good introductory level books so that you don't get overwhelmed. You can take this world in sound bites. The magical community is the most amazing, vibrant, global community you can ever become involved in. After being in it for almost 40 years now, I can still say I am meeting cool people. But when you are first starting out, it is a very overwhelming community. You will talk to one person and they'll be like, this is how you do it. And then the next time you talk to someone else, they're like, oh no, I never do it like that. And they'll give you a really good reason for that, you know, and you hear all these different opinions. And you have to remember, the first thing is that magic is an experience. This isn't something you just read about, okay? I know I just talked about what book I'm reading, because of course, written knowledge is always a good thing to have. It helps to put more depth in my workings when I understand some of the history. But that is me personally. Some folks don't need to have that depth. They just need to feel the zing of the working. All right? And do you, I guess, is ultimately what I'm trying to say here is don't feel like you have to follow, listen, do it the way these folks are telling you if it doesn't feel right. All right? let that be your guiding rule as you are journeying in the magic community. Is if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels good, you're in the right place. All right, and the first year is overwhelming. I can't even begin. I have a lot of respect for you newbie folks coming into our community, because I do have some remember wins. And what I can tell you is keep coming back, keep getting to know us. Just because you met this one person you didn't particularly care for, that's not a representation of us all. Just because this one group is doing some things you don't particularly care for, not a representation of us all. Many, many different flavors. And so get out of the community, go to the open sabbat, meet people. If you have the opportunity to go to full moon rituals, go to them. Magic is an experience, all right? You read about it all day long, but until you feel it right there, it ain't real, all right? And we are so blessed in America. We have a lot of different places you can do networking, meeting, and stuff. Unsure where to look. First place I'll tell you is Witchbox, which, Witchvox. I'll do a little thing that said, but witchvox.com, it's owned by Rin and Fritz out of Clearwater, Florida. It's our oldest website that is just the most amazing place. It's global. It tells you about groups. It tells you about events. It has some great articles on there. All right. Check that place out. And another way that a lot of the magical folks are networking is through the app called Meetup, Meetup. Go to meetup.com, look in your area, you can find out what's going on. You also, if you want, you can start your own group, all right? Check out your local bookstores, any of your magic, metaphysical type shops. A lot of times they have flyers, community bulletin board place, and you can find out what's going on. Get involved, all right? As much as I love my afternoon that I almost got to have today of sitting there for an hour and reading a book and that quiet solitude time, what really makes me a part of the community is the fact that I'm in the community. I'm out there, I'm involved. And so you do that, read your books, definitely read them. We got some great pagan authors, magical authors, physical authors, whatever you want to call them. More importantly, get out there. I know it's scary. I know when you walk up to a group of strangers, it is some, oh my goodness gracious, butterflies in my stomach moment. Take a deep breath. You're there for a reason. Your spirit wants it. And I guarantee when you get up to that group of people, you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I wait so long? It's like coming home. These are the nicest, coolest people I've ever met. You are going to have a group of new best friends by the time it's over with. All right. So with that said, thanks so much for this really informal chat. I just wanted to keep it real today here at the cottage, and not every day is a dress-up day for me. Excuse me, and everything. So thank you for joining me, House of Witchcraft here. As always, I thank you to every one of you people that have pressed subscribe. Yes, I'm so excited. I have been having the most amazing journey. 3 years ago, I was pretty much a 15th century witch, still ringing a bell, and I'm coming into the 21st century, and the love and the support I've got from the online community has been amazing. Thank you. And with that said, have a bright, blessed day. Amen, ashe, blessed be, and a-bo-bo.